Hey Scorpio! Welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your love reading. So excited to get these started. Alright, we're going to dive in, Scorpio. So house rules still apply. This will be a general love reading for all Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Cross watchers also welcome. Right. My only ask is that you take these messages as they resonate. Do not try... Oh, no, there we go. Do not try to force anything. Put that on the side. If something doesn't sit right or doesn't make sense to your situation, just means that message wasn't meant for you. So leave it on the table and take the rest. All right. I also have been in such a crystal vibe recently, so I pulled my favorite crystal oracles to use. So you will notice a fun little theme going on. Also, shout out to my friend Sanatayu Golden Ray for her awesome mandalas. This is her open heart mandala, so I thought it'd be perfect for the love readings. Opening us up to new love, making us receptive to guidance. But without further ado, let's get into one of my favorites. So you guys got lepidolite as your first stone. Beautiful, calming energy. We love that. And look at that. You also got peace here. What is it? Scolecite and tree agate. Perfect. So a time of peace, relaxing. I almost want to say trust too, Scorpio. And then you got cowrite, however you say that. Cowrite. Beautiful image though. Right? Stone of bonding, acceptance. I hope you saw that. It's kind of tiny print for this, but acceptance. Look at that. Oh, look. All right. So now we're gonna go deeper with tarot, so don't worry. But looking at this to me, this tells me one of two things. Either you are at peace in your relationships, so things are great, things are going smoothly, you feel like you're in balance, you're at equilibrium, your emotional state is even and open, and you feel like you can trust and it's safe. And then for some of you, this may be the need for some of this, right? There may be a need for simplifying your situation. There might be things going on that might be causing stress and feeling hectic, and this is what we're seeking, right? And honestly, that like I said, that can be done by simplifying, organizing, taking things a step at a time, right? Because lepidolite is a great stone for helping us to slow things down and to be at ease and be calm when things, especially our mental body, things are seeming like they're running too fast, or there's more to do and not enough time. Lepidolite is a great stone to balance it out, and it is an amazingly calming stone. And then you have peace doing the exact same thing here with the scolecite and tree agate. A scolecite is actually amazing too, and it does help with the mental body a lot, with helping with clarity. So I feel like either you are at peace or we're needing peace. And if we're needing peace, it's dealing with, kind of accepting how things are and being able to handle it just feels like there's like enough time to do 3 tasks and you have like 30 on the list, right? Whether you put them there or they've been put there by someone else is irrelevant, but it just feels like there's so much to do and you can't handle it all on your own. And that can be an existing relationship, but that could still be if we're a Scorpio looking for new love, right? Thinking I have to do all these things to be acceptable, or I'm so busy with my daily life, when do I fit in dating and romance and So again, there can be so much going on with all of that. I'm going to move those guys up to the top so you can keep an eye on them. Let's get into the tarot. But peace. Peace definitely going to be a big thing that needs to happen in your relationships. That should be the focus. It shouldn't be doing the most or moving at the fastest pace. It should be about finding peace and finding balance in your relationships. All right, bottom of the deck. Yes, look at that. Sun card. Couldn't ask for a better card. This is why you should be at peace, right? You either should be enjoying this moment, right? If you're already in peace and this is already happening, or fully acknowledging that this is the case of things. You don't have to be looking for ulterior motives, right? Maybe because we've been hurt in the past, so we're expecting the worst. Yep. All right. I don't even know what the other cards are going to be, but I can tell you off of these three, guarantee things are so good. Whether you perceive them to be or not, they are. And I think that discrepancy there, I think that's what's creating this tension. Because yes, Scorpio, we've been burned in the past. This stung us, and we're in that headspace. Like, I'm never going to get God again. I'm going to get you way before you even think about getting me, because I will not go through this again. I will not leave myself vulnerable for this again, right? And again, that is not what you want. That's not what you want to put out. That's not what you want to manifest. But again, we have those defenses because they protect us and guard us from some crazy things. Sorry, there's a car reversing, so you might hear that in the background. But I'm not saying this is a bad behavior, but I do feel like that's where this tension's coming from, and you're in a situation right now where you don't have to worry about that. You can let that go. You are in a place where you can trust and have peace, right? And again, for some of you, if you're seeing major red flags and warning signs, that's also another form of communication, right? So obviously, if this doesn't feel good and they're actually, mistreating you and not doing things right, that's a completely different situation, right? Then yes, you don't belong there because you're not being treated right. Oh, my friends, this column I know is going to be super interesting already. All right, I almost want to pull them all, but we're going to weave this story together. You have two kings that come out next, King of Cups and King of Swords. Great energies. And I mean, this is you, Scorpio. Mastering of all those waters, maintaining your equilibrium. No matter what emotional torrent is happening around you, you are at peace, you are at ease, you stay steady, right? So, again, kind of echoing what we got up here with the peace card. You also have this King of Swords, and this is Master of the Mind. So not only Master of the Heart, also Master of the Mind. So you really understanding and having a strong sense of self. And I would say having this in the middle of the reading is really about you being the observer, right? So again, no matter what is swirling on around you, you need to stay at the center of the storm. So think eye of the hurricane. Because from that space, you become the observer. So instead of you being whipped around and swirled around by the winds and things hitting you and bumping into you, you're at the center watching everything happen around you. That's how you get all your information. That's how you make, stronger judgments. Because then you're not guessing, you're not assuming, you saw it happen, right? We do have the Seven of Swords popping up. This is a very similar reading to Taurus. And actually in different places, but these three cards actually all showed up. Those ones are yours, but these three actually did show up in the Taurus reading. Literally in different places. They weren't next to each other, but they came together for you. So again, there may be suspicions of this Seven of Swords, and the fact that this came out under the Eight of Cups, to me, is really giving me this notion that, you kind of have to leave that assumption, that expectation behind, right? Because we already know bottom of the deck is the Sun card, so we know all is well, right? So unless you actually have proof and have seen this happen, and then that's what I would connect it to earlier, for those of you who oh no, there are tons of red flags, then get out, girl. Then go. You already know what to do about that, so don't stay and stress yourself out. Just be done with it, and it's only going to get worse, right? So it depends what, there's a duality there, so it depends what side of that coin you're on. I don't think that's going to be applicable to many of you, needing to leave and having all those red flags. But for those of you, yes, take that as confirmation. It's time to walk away. But for most of you, if we're just suspecting this, if we're just worried and thinking well, it's happened before, it's going to happen again, that behavior needs to be left alone, because that's not the signal we want to put out as we work on our relationships, right? All right. So, new love offer definitely is on its way to you. Definitely is on its way to you. And it is going to be one vastly different from, this one in the past. Whether this was one or a series of them that all kind of ended the same way, treated you the same way. There is someone coming in that's going to treat you vastly different. And I can say that because we have this Page of Pentacles. So pages tend to always bring new beginnings, new offers, right? Because, they're pages. It's part of the nature of their suit. What I always talk about when I talk about the Page of Pentacles, especially in a romance reading, this is someone willing to put in the work. I keep saying page. I'm sorry, I meant knight, but I keep saying page. But this is someone willing to put in the work, right? Someone who is dedicated. Because the one thing with, like I was about to say, the thing with the Knight of Pentacles, he doesn't take much risks. He's not a super fast mover. He takes his time, but that's because his mission is so important to him. He can't afford to take a risk. It's that valuable. So everything is meticulously planned out, step by step, right? He wants to make sure he's doing things in the best possible way. If you've gotten this card in one of my readings before, I always compare him to a praying mantis. Praying mantis don't take a move until they're 100% sure it's the best course of action. So, when it comes to, a predator, is it the best thing for me to stay still and camouflage, or should I be running, right? They won't take an action until they're 100% positive that is the best thing for them to do. Same for this person. So it may take a while for them to, maybe, I feel like this is definitely connected to new love. So it may take some time for them to, get up the courage to ask you, or to feel like they are fully prepared, to make an offer, things like that. And that's fine, because then you have Temperance coming up here, which is the card of Sagittarius. So some of you might be dealing with or talking to a Sagittarius. But to me, this is, it's a card of divine timing and divine orchestration, right? Things are being organized and set for you, right? So things are happening. But they're all based on these intentions here with the Two of Wands. We hinted at that up at the Three of Wands. But this Two of Wands, again, is really about being really aware of what messages and what signals and what intentions you're putting out there, right? So if you're constantly thinking about someone burning you again, someone trying to take advantage of you, if that's the signal you're putting out, that's why it keeps repeating. But literally, there's divine intervention here, trying to make things better, trying to help heal. And that's why, I think that's why this message is so focused on your intentions and what's happened in the past, and thinking it's going to happen again, and needing to be on guard and being hyper alert for all those red flags. Be at peace. Don't expect the red flags. Don't necessarily look for the red flags, because then you start to create red flags, right? And again, think of what's in the center of your deck. It's this King of Swords, master of the mind, the planner, the analyst, the strategist, right? So if this is what's guiding you right now, if your mental body is what is in control, and your mental body is full of thoughts that this person's going to hurt you, the next one's going to lie, the next one's going to cheat, yada, 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 that's the message you're putting out, and that's the recipe you're giving to the universe. And I guarantee, I know that's not what you want, especially knowing that things are already good. Look at that, underneath the sun. Ten of Pentacles. Underneath that, the Emperor. Someone taking charge, right? A divine masculine here, right? So if you're looking for a counterpart, if we're talking about, deep soulmate connection, a deep soul bond, this is the potential, right? I mean, Sun, Ten of Pentacles, this is about building a legacy and a family and traditional romance. And again, one that's going to last. This is committed love from a divine counterpart, right? From a divine masculine. This is what's on its way to you, right? There is no need to worry. There is no need to doubt. There is no need to fear a repeat of these crazy monkey cycles back here. But again, if we keep looking for red flags, the universe will send them to us. So be at peace when you're thinking about your relationships there, because that is a good bottom of the deck. Let me tell you, 2 majors in there. You've got 2 kings in here. I mean, and actually you'll have 3 majors because you have one here. So, good stuff. But again, be very aware of your expectations. I don't want to say your thoughts. I mean, it's very law of attraction, and that's all good. But to me, right now, it's your thoughts and your expectations, or more so than your thoughts. Sorry, it's more so your expectations. If you're expecting a relationship where the next person to behave the same way or treat you in a certain way that doesn't make you happy, and especially if that's making you feel like, oh, not this again, like, that is a behavior that needs to be addressed and flipped, right? Because that belongs to the person in the past that hurt you. That doesn't belong to you, right? That says more about the person they are than the person you are, or how you showed up in the relationship, right? It has nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with them. So you're not going to go back and date them again, so don't expect the same treatment. All right, my lovely Scorpios, I'm going to wrap up your reading there. As always, sending you love and appreciation for all the love and support you give to me and my channel. I'd appreciate if you could smash that like button. It lets me know how this reading resonated with you, which I super, super appreciate. If you feel like reaching out, you can definitely hit me up down in the comments. You can also DM me on Instagram at The Guiding Chariot if you wanted to do a little more privately. Whatever way is comfortable for you. But with that, I love you guys. Take care. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. But until next time, stay safe, stay cool, Scorpio. Have a good one. Bye.